Dear students, welcome to another video tutorial on operating system. And today's topic is scan and syscan scheduling algorithm. In our previous lectures, we have already discussed about different scheduling algorithms. Okay, so in this tutorial, we will discuss about scan and syscan scheduling algorithm. Myself, Niladri Shekhar Pal. I am working as an assistant professor at Computer Science and Engineering Department. Okay, at Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. The college is under GIS Group Educational Initiative and the college is situated at Baruipur. So what is scan scheduling algorithm? As the name suggests, this algorithm scans all the cylinders of the disk back and forth. It is also called as elevator algorithm. In this algorithm, the disk arm moves into a particular direction till the end, satisfying all the requests coming in its path, and then it turns back and moves in the reverse direction, satisfying requests coming in its path. It works in the way an elevator works. Elevator moves in a direction completely till the last floor that direction and then turns back. Okay. So as we see that as the name suggests, this algorithm scans all the cylinders of the disk back and forth. Head starts from one end of the disk and moves towards the other end, servicing all the requests in between. After reaching the other end, head reverses its direction and moves towards the starting and servicing all the requests in between. Okay, and the same process will be repeated. Okay, so this algorithm is called elevator algorithm because its working reassembles the working of an elevator. Now come to what are the advantages of scan scheduling algorithm. Scan scheduling algorithm is it is simple, easy to understand and implement. It does not lead to starvation. It provides low variance in response time and waiting time. Okay, so these are the advantages. So number one is it is simple, easy to understand and implement. Second one is it does not lead to starvation. And the third one is it provides low variance in response time and waiting time. Okay, and the disadvantages are it causes long waiting time for the cylinders just visited by the head. Okay, and it causes the head to move till the end of the disk even if there are no requests to be serviced. Okay, so as you can see, what are the disadvantages? It causes long waiting time for the cylinders just visited by the head. Next one, it causes the head to move till the end of the disk even if there are no requests to be serviced. Okay. So here is a problem. We will consider a disk queue with request for IO on cylinder is given below. That is 98, 183, 37, 122, 14, 124, 65 and 16. And it was also given that initially the disk head is at the position 53. Okay. So we assume that the total cylinder of the disk is 200. So it will start from 0 and will continue up to 199. That is total 200 cylinders. Okay. And we will now write rest of the cylinders. That is 14, 37, 53, 65, 67, 98, 122, 124 and 183. As you can see that all the numbers has been taken in the ascending order. Okay, so from small to highest. Okay, so next, as we know that our head is at 653 position. Okay, so in case of scan descheduling algorithm, we can move at any direction from 53. We can move to from 53 to 37, or we can move from 53 to 65 also. Okay, so here we will move to from 53 to 65. Okay, and from 65 we will move to 67. From 67 we will move to 98, and from 98 we will move to 122, and from 122 we will move to 124. From 124 we will move to 183, and from 183 we will move to 199. That means we will move at the end of the cylinder. Okay, so the logic is we will start from the head and we can move at any direction from left on left or right, at any direction we can move. Okay, so here we have chosen to move at the right hand side. Okay, so if we choose to move at the right hand side, we will go at the end. Okay, so the end is here 199. Okay, so we have moved until 199. Okay, after that from 199 we will move to the reverse direction. Okay, so now we will move to the first element that we will find in the reverse direction. Okay, so if we move to the reverse direction, the first element that we will find, that is 37, which was beside the 53. So from 199 we will move to 37. Okay, so from 37 we will move to 14. Okay, so this is the concept of scan disk scheduling algorithm. So from we will start from the head and we can move to any direction. Okay, so after moving to any direction we will go to the end of that direction. Okay, so in this case we will go at the end, that is 199, and after that we will move to the opposite direction and we will move to the first element in the opposite direction, that is 37, and after 37 we will move to 14. Okay, so now we will find out, okay, the total head movement. Okay, so total number of head movement is, as you can see that we have moved from 53 to 65. Okay, so 65 minus 53. Okay, next we will move to, from 65 we will move to 67. Okay, so from 65 to 67. Okay, so the total head movement is 67 minus 65. Okay, next we will move to from 67 to 98. Okay, so 98 total head movement is 98 minus 67. Next we will move to, from 98 we move to 122. So the total head movement is 122 minus 98. Next we will move to 124. Okay, so from 122 to 124. So the total head movement is 124 minus 122. Next from 124 we will move to 183. So the total head movement is 183 minus 124. Okay. And from 183 we have moved to 199. So the total head movement is 199 minus 183, and after that we will, from 199 we have moved to 37. So the total head movement is 199 minus 37, and from 37 we have moved to 14. Okay, so the total head movement is 37 minus 14. So we have, if we calculate it, the total head movement will be 331. Okay, so this is how we will do the scan disk scheduling algorithm. Okay, so let's do another problem. Okay, so here the cylinders are 45, 21, 67, 95, 50, 89, 52, 61, 87 and 25. Okay, and initially the disk head is at 50 and total number of disk cylinders are 100. Okay, so we'll start from 0 and we'll go up to 99. Okay, so there are total 100. Okay, and now we will plot rest of the elements. Okay, in the ascending order. So 4, 21, 25, 45, 50, 52, 61, 67, 87, 89, 90. Okay, so all the elements are placed here. Okay, so initially our head is at 50 position. Okay, so our head is at now 50. So as we know that in scan disk scheduling algorithm, we can move at any direction in the left or right hand side. Okay, so here we will choose to go to the right hand side. Okay, so from 50, the logic is from 50, from the head we will move to the end. Okay, we will move to the end. Okay, so we will start from 50, we will move to 52. Next from 52, we will move to 61. From 61, we will move to 67. From 67, we will move to 87. From 87, we will move to 89. From 89, we will move to 90. And from 90, we will move to 99. And after that, we will move to the reverse direction. Okay, so we will move to the reverse direction. And the first element we will get if we go to the reverse direction, that is 45. So from 99 we will move to the 45. Okay, so from 45 we will move to 25. Okay, from 25 we will move to 21. From 21 we will move to 4, and from 4 we will move to, we will not move to 0. Okay, so if we basically move to the opposite direction, okay, so then we will move from 50 to 45 and then 25, then 21, then 4, then 0, and from 0 we will move to 52, and from 52 we will move to 61, then 61 to 67, then 87, then 89, then 90 and then 99. Okay, so the logic is same. We can move from head to any direction. Okay, so let's find the head movement. Okay, so these are the movements. So the total head movement is from 50 we will move to 52. So the total head movement is 52 minus 50. Okay, from 52 we will move to 61. So the total head movement is 61 minus 52. From 61 we will move to 67. So the total head movement is 67 minus 61. From 67 we will move to 87. So the total head movement is 87 minus 67. From 87 we will move to 89. So from 89 we will move to 87. From 90, from 89 we will move to 90. Okay, so the total head movement is 90 minus 89. From 90 we will move to 99. Okay, so the total head movement is 9. Okay, and from 99 we will move to 45. Okay, so total head movement is 54. From 45 we will move to 25. So the total head movement is 45 minus 25. From 25 we will move to 21. Okay, so the total head movement is 25 minus 21. And from 21 we will move to 4. Okay, so the total head movement is 21 minus 4. Okay, so the total head movement is 17. Okay, so here the total head movement is 144. Okay, so now we will move to another problem. Okay, so here the cylinders are 1, 36, 16, 8, 34, 14, 9, 25 and 12. Okay, and initially the disk head is at 11. Okay, so we have to find out, and here the total cylinder is 51. Okay, so it will start from 0 and will end at 50. Okay, so the total cylinder is 51. Okay, so next we will plot all the other elements. Okay, so initially our disk at 11. Okay, so from 11 we will move to 12. Okay, we can move at any direction. We can move from 11 to 9 also, but here we have chosen to move from 11 to 12. Okay, so from 11 to 12, from 12 to 14, from 14 to 16, from 16 to 25, from 25 to 34, from 34 to 36, and from 36 to 50. Okay, so we have already moved to one direction. Now we'll move to the opposite direction, and if we move to the opposite direction, the first element that we will find, that is 9. Okay, so from 50 we will move to 9, from 9 we will move to 8, from 8 we will move to 1. Okay, so these are the scan disk scheduling algorithm. If we our starting was 11. Okay, so we can also move from 11 to 9. Okay, and from 9 it is 9 to 8, from 8 to 1, and then from 1 to 0. Okay, and from 0 to then 12, from 12 to 14, 14 to 16, 16 to 25, 25 to 34, and 34 to 36. Okay, so we can also move at this way also. Okay, so now we'll find the total head movement. Okay, so this is how the elements head movement. Okay. So the total head movements is, from 11 we have moved to 12. Okay, so 12 minus 11. From 12 we have moved to 14. So the total head movement is 14 minus 12. Okay, so from 14 we have moved to 16. So the total head movement is 16 minus 14. From 16 we have moved to 25. Okay, so the total head movement is 25 minus 16. From 25 we have moved to 34. Okay, so the total head movement is 34 minus 25. And from 34 we have moved to 36. Okay, so the total head movement is 36 minus 34. And from 36 we have moved to 50. So the total head movement is 50 minus 36. Okay, so and from 50 we have moved to 9. Okay, so the total head movement is 50 minus 9. Next, from 9 we have moved to 8. Okay, so the total head movement is 9 minus 8. From 8 we have moved to 1. Okay, so the total head movement is 8 minus 1, that is 7. Okay, so the total head movement is 88. Okay, so now we'll discuss about C-scan disk scheduling algorithm. Okay, so in scan algorithm, the disk arm again scans the path that has been scanned after reversing its direction. So it may be possible that too many requests are waiting at the other end, okay, or there may be zero or few requests pending at the scanned area. These situations are avoided in C-scan, okay, algorithm in which the disk arm, instead of reversing its direction, goes to the other end of the disk and starts servicing the request from the other. Circular scan algorithm is an improved version of the scan algorithm. Head starts from one end of the disk and moves towards the other end, servicing all the requests in between. After reaching the other end, head reverses its direction. It then returns to the starting end without servicing any request in between. The same process basically repeats. Okay, so the disk arm moves in a circular fashion, and this algorithm is also similar to scan algorithm, and hence it is known as C-scan or circular scan. Okay, so before discussing the problem, we will discuss about the advantages. The advantages are, number one is the waiting time for the cylinders just visited by the head is reduced as compared to the scan algorithm. The second one is it provides uniform waiting time. Okay. And the third one is it provides better response time. Okay. So the waiting time for the cylinders just visited by the head is reduced as compared to the scan algorithm. It provides uniform waiting time. It also provides better response time. What are the disadvantages? The number one is it causes more seek movements as compared to scan algorithm. The next one is it causes the head to move till the end of the disk even if there are no requests to be serviced. Okay. So what are the disadvantages? At first, it caused more seek movements as compared to scan algorithm. It causes the head to move till the end of the disk even if there are no requests to be serviced. Okay, so this is our the first problem. Okay, so in the first problem, okay, as you can see, there are few cylinders are given 98, 183, 37, 122, 14, 124, 65 and 67. And initially the disk head is at 53. Okay, and the total cylinder here is 200. Okay, so it will start from 0 and it will end at 199. And we will put all the rest of the element heads at the in between. Okay, and all of these are all of these are placed in the ascending order. Okay, from small to greatest. Okay, all are in the ascending order. So initially we are at 53 position. Okay, so from 53 we will move to 65. From 65 we will move to 67. From 67 we will move to 98. From 98 we will move to 122. From 122 we will move to 124. From 124 we will move to 183. And from 183 we will move to 199. And from 199 we will move again to 0. So we will move to again 0. After that we will move to 14, then 37. Okay. So this is the difference from the previous one. Okay. So in the previous case we have basically moved to the opposite direction, and with the opposite direction we have moved to that element which came first. But in this case we will move to the opposite direction. Okay, but we will move to the at the beginning. Okay, so this was the process. Okay, so if we go to the left hand side at the beginning, that is from C53 we will move to 37, then from 37 to 14, from 14 to 0, and then from 0 to we'll then move to 199, and from 199 we will now come to the reverse direction, that is 183, 124, 122, 98, 67 and 65. Okay, so this is how the scan algorithm will works. Okay, so now we'll find out the head movements. Okay, so these are the elements. So from 53 we have moved to 65, from 65 we have moved to 67, from 67 98, 122, 124, 183, then 199, then 0, 14, 37. Okay, so the head movement is, we have moved from 53 to 65. Okay, so the total head movement is 65 minus 53. From 65 we have moved to 67. So the total head movement is 67 minus 65. From 98 we have moved to 67. Sorry, from 67 to 98, and total head movement is 98 minus 67. Okay, from 98 we have moved to 122. So the total head movement is 122 minus 98. From 122 we have moved to 124. So the total head movement is 124 minus 122. From 124 we have moved to 183. So the total head movement is 183 minus 124. From 183 we have moved to 199. So the total head movement is 199 minus 183. From 199 we have moved to the opposite direction to the 0. So the total head movement is 199 minus 0. Then we have moved from 0 to 14. So the total head movement is 14 minus 0. From 14 we have moved to 37. So the total head movement is 37 minus 14. Okay. So the total result is 382. Okay. So this is how the C-scan this algorithm works. Okay. So now go to the next problem. Okay. Here you can see that there are also different elements, that is 45, 21, 67, 94, 50, 89, 52, 61, 87 and 25. And initially the disk head is at 50th position. Okay. So suppose the total cylinder of the disk is at 100. Okay. So it will start from 0 and it will end up to 99. And here we have put all the rest of the elements. And all the rest of the elements are in ascending order. Okay. So we'll move from 50. Okay. So from 50 we'll move to 52. We can also move from 50 to 45, but here we have chose to move at the right hand side. Okay. It is upon the everybody's wish. Okay. So from 52 we will move to 61. From 61 we will move to 67. From 67 we will move to 87. From 87 we will move to 89. From 89 we will move to 90. And from 90 we will move to 99. And from 99 we will move to the end of beginning of the cylinder at 0th position. So from 0 to 4, from 4 to 21, from 21 to 25, and from 25 to 45. Okay. So the total head movement is from 50 to 52, that is 52 minus 50. From 50 to 61, that is 61 minus 52. From 61 to 67, that is 67 minus 61. From 67 to 87, that is 87 minus 67. From 87 to 89, that is 89 minus 87. From 89 to 90, that is 90 minus 89. From 90 to 99, that is total head movement is 99 minus 90. Okay. And from 99 to 0. Okay. So the total head movement is 99 minus 0. From 0 to 4. Okay. So the total head movement is 4 minus 0. From 4 to 21. Okay. So the total head movement is 21 minus 4. And from 21 to 25. Okay. So the total head movement is 25 minus 21. Okay. So the total head movement is 197. Okay. So this is the answer. So now we'll do another problem. Okay, so here you can see that elements are 1, 36, 16, 8, 34, 14, 9, 25 and 12. Okay, so we'll initially the disk head is at 11. Okay, and we will total cylinder is 51. Okay, so we will start from 0 and it will move to up to 50. Okay, total 51, and then we will move place all the rest of the cylinders in ascending orders. Okay, so as you can see, all the cylinders are in ascending order. Okay, so initially our disk head is at 11. Okay, so from 11 we will move to 12, from 12 to 14, 14 to 16, 16 to 25, 25 to 34, and then 34 to 36, 36 to 50. And now from 50 we will go to the beginning of the cylinder, that is at 0. And from 0 we will go move to the opposite direction, that is from 1, then 1 to 8, and from 8 to 9. Okay, so the total head movements is, these are the movements. Okay, so the total head movement is from 11 we have moved to 12, so 12 minus 11, from 12 to 14, so 14 minus 12, from 14 to 16, so it is 16 minus 14, from 16 to 25, so it is 25 minus 16, from 25 to 34. Okay, so from 30, so it is 34 minus 25, and from 34 to 36, so it is 36 minus 34, and from 36 to 50, that is 50 minus 36, and from 50 to 0, that is 50 minus 0, and from 0 to 1, that is 1 minus 0, and from 1 to 8, that is 8 minus 1, and from 8 minus 9, that is 9 minus 8. Okay, so the total head movement is 100. Okay, so this is the Siskin scheduling algorithm. Hope you have understand about Siskin scheduling algorithm. If you have any doubt, any query, you can write on the comment section. Okay, if you have liked my videos, or you need, or you require more videos, you can subscribe to my channel, or you can visit www.facebook.com/digitalclassroom and like my page. Okay, to get all the details. So students, thank you for now. See you in the next tutorial. Thank you.